Hey everyone, welcome back to the Data Pack project. So, on today's agenda is a little bit more testing. I have worked to redo the Nexus, starting with a nice fancy exit portal, rather than the two enchanted diamond system, right? So you craft two, one takes you in, one takes you out. There is now just a generic exit portal. Yes, it looks like obviously a nether portal, but it is not. It takes you to the overworld, similar to the end portal. Actually, no, because I can't functionally do the spawn. Well, it's not that complicated, but it would require a lot of functions, right? I have to read the player's spawn, and then I have to test the dimension, and yada, yada, yada. You kind of get the gist, right? Anyway, let's head back to the dimension, because what we're testing today is going to be the minigame. So that is not the right command. It's execute in first, Nexus, done, run, TP, 24, 24, 24 is the center. Okay, so as you can probably see, there is a scoreboard to my right? And that is the first minigame we will jump to, which should be, which direction is it? I think it's that one, that tower, perfect. Now, obviously the scoreboard won't be available to players, right? I just want to make sure everything works. And basically, you'll buy something off of this guy, and it will teleport you up here, and you can leave it at any point if you want, right? Just by jumping out the hole. In fact, if I set the timer, we'll go to scoreboard, objective, set display sidebar, enchanters, which I still can't spell, right? So the timer started. If we exit this little tower, it disappears, we go back into it, the timer will start again, right? And you have, I think it's equivalent to 5 minutes to do this little minigame. And what is the objective of the minigame? Well, it is to find certain books from the chiseled bookshelves, right? And then come up here to the fire and toss them in. And as you can see, there is some indication to what books you probably want to toss in, right? The particles are red right now, and they will change. And then you want to find regular books and enchant them. And that is how we get the scoreboard up. So if we go back to the other objective, so sidebar, enchanters, minigame, it's at 0. The books just swapped. We just saw some particles. But if we grab out a few, right, we get some normal books. We'll make sure we're not actually putting them back in. We'll go with that slot. We'll just grab a handful, so hopefully we have some different colors. We can come up to the fire, it's now green, and we don't have a green book. But, right, if we use some color knowledge, which doesn't help, no, yes, blue. Blue is a part of green. So, ooh, okay, there we go. That's why we test. What is the issue? So when I drop them, it is meant to do a few different things depending on the color of the fire and the book we toss in. Let's just go function, Runechant. It should be under mob, then items. Oh, that is not the right key. Items with an S, and then special. Okay, they are all there, so it means they're not hitting the marker, and the marker must be in the campfire, not above it, right? And that's the issue. So when they drop, they should, well, interact with the marker. So let me just quickly try and fix that up. Right, this should be a little bit better. I completely forgot to actually set up the custom model data, right? So now it is red, and we do have a red book. So we toss a red book in, there you go, gets absorbed, and I'm in the wrong game mode to show this off properly, right? So we actually got a level from that. Orange is also a part of red, so we get a level, right? Color theory. But if we toss in the wrong color, for instance, well, in this case, we got lapis. If we toss in a yellow, we get lapis. Purple is a part of red, right? Purple is blue and red, so we got a level. Basically, once we build up the levels, we can come down, also need some lapis, and we can enchant. And this will increase our score, right? And then for every point we get, we will be rewarded at the end of the 5 minutes, or if we leave. So for instance, we just leave right now, should end, and there you go. Into the crucible drops a enchanted droplet. Now there are some other caveats to the minigame, right? Depending on the color, you can also reset the bookshelves. That way you can get more books. Otherwise they do change. I think it's about every minute and a half, something like that, right? So pretty interesting concept, I want to say, right? Not to pat myself too firmly on the back. We'll clear and we'll go again. We'll try and play it a little bit better. So if I go back into creative, because right now I don't actually have the token, if you will, set up. Cool. And that's also another thing we'll get to. Amethyst in this dimension is slightly dangerous, but we'll restart the minigame. We're back to survival. Our experience should be depleted, right? Because we start fresh. And yeah, we will just grab a bunch of books, hopefully get some different colors, right? Oh, there we go. We got another bookshelf change. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. If you try to drop them anywhere aside from the fire, they will disintegrate, right? So yeah, it's a mix of inventory management, right? Finding the right books and then playing around with the fire and seeing what exactly you can do. So it's purple right now. So purple is going to gain us levels. Blue and red are also going to gain us levels, except if it changes straight away. It's fine. We have yellow to gain levels. Well, we don't have any other colors of yellow. It's fine. We can toss in red, right? And they'll get us lapis. Blue should also get us lapis. And then this purple one also gets us lapis, right? Yep, perfect. So we're at 5 again. We can get 1 point, but obviously you want to build it up nice and high. I think it's, well, I can't remember what I said. I think it's every 10, starting from 1. So 1, 11, 21 gets you one of the tokens for rewards, and then every 20 gets you a bonus roll at a loot table, which could then get you anywhere from 1 to 8 of the reward tokens, plus a special item, right? We won't spoil that just yet. But there is also a way, I can't remember. There's a color combination that gives you more experience. There's a color combination. Oh, there you go. We got infinite. Okay, so every book we drop into this will do everything it can possibly do. And damn, whatever one we just tossed in there had the ability to color change. I think it's on the primary colors, right? So the primary colors, one of their combinations changes the campfire straight away. And then one of the duo colors, mixed colors, right? One of their effects will be to instantly reset the bookshelves. Because again, the main concept is trying to get as many books as possible, toss in the fire, gain levels, gain lapis, and then go enchant books. And obviously, you probably want to take the lowest rolls every time, right? Because you don't want to have to spend so much experience. I might end up deleting some bookshelves from here, right? I think the level range is a bit too much for what I want going on, right? I definitely want there to be, some variability to it, but it would be nice if you can pick some different options. You also get to keep all the enchanted books at the end. That's also a nice thing with the minigame, right? So you can spend your time here getting a bunch of minuscule enchants, if you will. I suppose with the enchanted bookshelves, at least you can get some better enchants. I could also probably chuck in like a grindstone maybe, and you could just delete the enchanted books to try and speed it up. That's not a bad idea, right? If we just give ourselves a grindstone. I don't think I can place anything, actually, because I am in adventure mode. So we'll just... Oh, my brain typed in give again. Game mode. We'll go to creative. Right, grindstones work. Do grindstones work on enchant books, or is it only weapons? Weapons and armor. No, perfect, we can. So we can use that to gain experience. Yeah, so I think I'll probably add that in, right? Maybe delete one bookshelf each and then put a grindstone somewhere. Probably... in those two corners, or even those two corners, or even somewhere up here, right? I can probably put it on the back spot here. Although, right, which direction is the question? Yeah, there's still some definite tweaks to be made, but I think this is a fun idea. Again, we didn't really earn that many points, so we're going to get 1 droplet. But yeah, purified, crystallized experience, and they will be the main resource to trade with not this guy, right? I think one of the main concepts I'm going to float is the rewards you get from the minigame of X person is not going to be for X person, right? Because if they're running the minigame, why would they want more tokens from the minigame? I've always found that confusing in games, right? The guy who invents it wants you to do it to gain the things he invented to give back to him. It's a weird concept. There are a few other stuff we can look into. We can come down here and we can check at the bottom here. We should see some flora, right? So there are custom flowers. I'm going to go for the amethyst as well. So if we go into survival, essentially amethyst in this little nexus world drains your experience. So we'll just give ourselves some artificial levels. I don't know, like 10. So basically, this is more so to do with the labyrinth underneath than any of this area. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't come into effect until the final stage of the nexus, right? Till you have the magic restored. So the little boss fight in the stage before this is fine. But basically, right, you can come down here, you can collect all these flowers, but there will be a way to trigger their growth all over the nexus. But here is a constant way. You just obviously have to feed it experience. That's the downside. But we can walk over them, right, and we can get some of the plants. So enchanted mushrooms. Now they are darker because they're blocks currently. That's why, like, when we hold it, it looks like a block. Because these are the whole flowers. You will have to process them. And if they're not fully grown, they don't give off particle effects. That's probably the easiest indicator, although these are fully grown, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so that's working, but these guys are not, interestingly. I'll look into that. So we have pale lilies, enchanted mushrooms, gleam leaf, and some crimson blutes, right? So those will be used for the herbalist here and alchemy. But again, he'll teach you how to do them, but he doesn't really care for the potions, because I think that just makes sense. Again, he can brew them whenever he wants, so why would he want them from you? I have done the items for this one, but I don't have access to the flowers. So basically, there's an item that if you chuck in the water here, it will cause different plants to grow all over the nexus. So just like the underground there, enchanted mushrooms grow on crying obsidian, the pale lilies grow around water, the gleam leaf grow on blackstone, but high up, and then the crimson blue will grow on any of the magma blocks, right? So there's some all around, some over there. And then down here, we'll get stone blossoms. Stone blossoms will be used by the blacksmith, right? They're a secret flower that he wants. He sort of dug his way over and stole some of the precious fluid from the herbalist here, right, to grow his own flowers. But basically, you can take them over to a grindstone, you get their buds, and take their buds over to the ancient forge, heat them up, then shape them, and then take them all the way up top there to finish off the process. We're still working on that one. The only other system I have completely done, where we are taking a lot of damage, I got rid of the game rule stuff, so anyone who's playing will... I just realized anyone who had the pack and was in a bad season, yeah, I might have to put a function to turn the game rule back on. So I had natural regeneration tied to the seasonal system, and I don't like that, right? It's a bit more doable once you have access to a ton more HP, but that's not till much later in the pack. Anyway, we're going to come down here and try to not die while we do it, fortunately. And I did bring food. Ah, perfect. So straight away, there's amethyst. So they sprout up all down here, and you will have to explore, run around, and collect them. And that's essentially the gist of the minigame. That's all it is, right? We can go in and spend our time in this little amethyst tunnels, collecting all of the empowered amethyst that we need, because empowered amethyst is vital for a lot of the different crafting here in the Nexus. But yeah, you can take all the different pathways, you can explore, and then, well, you have to find your way back up. I'm not going to spoil how to get back up, but as you can see, we are losing experience as long as we're touching amethyst. So be warned, once we run out, then things get a little bit more difficult. I think we start taking damage and slowness. So we should probably hurry, although I do want to collect more. Not that it really matters. Again, this is all just testing to make sure the minigames work so far, and so far, so good. Just some little balancing tweaks more than anything, but we did take some damage, and we have slowness now. I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't even think this is the right way home. Nah, the next tick of the damage will unfortunately do us in, and this is, yeah, a dead end. But yeah, it was drained by a magical force. Fun. Anyway, good to know that the Enchanters minigame is working. It is a little annoying when I have to do the tweaks, right? Because I have to disable the generation. Because basically, I just save the template. So for instance, the flower generation down here in the little herbalist hut, or even the crystal amethyst in the caves underneath, right? If I save the template when any of them are generated, obviously the easiest thing you can do then is just, if you save and quit, they'll be generated. So I need to basically refresh the world, and then go into the functions, disable the functions, and then, right, save the template. But yeah, I will continue making tweaks, but hopefully next time we should be good to go. I think at the current pace, the next two videos should just be the how to play, along with the actual update for the pack on Plant Minecraft. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See ya.